Okay, what we're going to look at now is question number 6. It's a little bit different than question 4 and 5. It's all about two variables. Question 4 and 5 says you're going to buy some shares and with a total value equaling $5,000. Now, you are going to make that up with shares. I'm going to call it share number 1, and that's going to be worth $2.40 each. And share number 2 is going to be worth $4.20 each. So what the question is saying is you can buy a combination of share 1s and share 2s, and the total has to be no more than $5,000. So in other words, an equation would be 2.4 lots of x's, because I'm going to call this here x, I'm going to call this one here y, plus 4.2 lots of y's, which is share 2, and that's going to come to a grand total of $5,000. In other words, x number of share 1s, x number of $2.4 or $2.40 plus y number of $4.20s have to equal 5,000. Now that looks like an equation, but it's not in the form of y equals mx plus. So we can rearrange this. So we can say 4.2y equals 5,000 minus 2.4x. Looks better now. Therefore y is going to equal 5,000 minus 2.4x over 4.2. Now that is in the form of y equals mx plus c. Now with the magic of technology and my immaculate skill, I went to Desmos and I typed in that equation. And when I graphed it, this is the graph that I got. Now what does this graph actually mean? Now you might see some of the lines that disappeared a bit because the camera didn't take a good picture of it. But what it indicates is quite simple. If I was to buy 500 of the X shares and 500 of Y's, remember these are $2.40 and these are $4.20 each. If I bought 500 and 500, it would take me to right there. Now that is less than $5,000. If I was to buy 1,000 of the X shares at $2.41 and 1,000 of the Y shares at $4.20, my total value would come to there. That is greater than it's above the line, so it's greater than the $5,000 that you can spend. So anywhere on that red line, anywhere along here, if you're exactly on that line, the number of X's and the number of Y shares that you buy will always total to $5,000. Now part B of the question asks you if you buy equal numbers of the $2.40 shares and equal number of the $4.20 shares, how many shares will that be to equal $5,000? Well, already we know that it has to be between 500 and 1,000. So what you're really doing is you're looking for somewhere, for example, maybe here and there, if they were equal numbers, if those two there were equal numbers from your graph, that would indicate if you bought that same amount of X's and same amount of Y's, the total would be 500. That's how that question 6 is asking to be solved.